So, hello everyone. I'm just right now still in the briefing. So we've just all aligned on what we can share and what we cannot share. Um, and so let me tell you right away what we are going to have. And so basically, I can't go into too much of the details. They want to leave some things tomorrow for the keynote because else it is pointless. What I can tell you is there are the graphical changes that you've already heard about. So the DLSS being the biggest of the features. But there are just a couple more details that I think are just more interesting for the nerdy kind of guys into the graphics department. And then we have there's some gameplay changes, some UI changes. This is all minor, I'd say, and there are big physics changes. And ours doesn't want us to take too much away of what they're going to explain tomorrow in the keynote, because for them, it feels like it's kind of a big deal. They have really rewritten a lot of stuff, and they want this broadcast to be entirely about how it feels now and how fun it is. So this is what we're trying to. Yeah, the keynote is going to be the detailed patch notes, and I'm just going basically summarize the patch notes into a TLDR. TLDR, we have physics changes. The tire is going to be different. Everything is just going to be more detailed. I think this is the best expression I have for that. Everything is a bit more refined. There are just more situations you go through with a tire throughout a corner, even temperature related, for example, or tire flex related. So some things just will change. The exact thing Aris will mention to you tomorrow. And I think I'll just join the server to drive the M4. Fuck yeah. So I'm. Oh my god, that's a lot of people. Hey Mabix, Mabix. Really, I think Kunos tried to reach out to you to have you join this broadcast. For whatever reason, it didn't work out. You didn't answer. You should go and answer, and then you can be part of this next time around. So probably you want to see the menu, because from now I can show you the car. And here we are. Here's the beauty. Hey Angus, are you looking forward, Angus, as a fellow BMW driver? Is this going to be your new main? Yes, it is. I can give you that answer already. It's in Bona. Yeah, that's pretty much what I think as well. Look at the detail, man. The detail is insane. I mean, the detail is always insane here. What are we talking about even? Switch the camera. So here's the cockpit. I mean, also nothing here is something you haven't seen yet, right? It's just as detailed as ever, if you ask me. So, let's drive it, I'd say. Yeah, Mavix, if you get a mail that says at kunos.com, answer it. What's the server called here? Media race. Media. Oh, we have Brands Hatch. I only practice Barcelona, so this is going to be interesting. I'm not worried at all, guys. Not see how many people are worried about the M4? Fucking nobody. Let me see if yeah. So I need to save a setup real quick and load a setup. Or we just drive the preset, honestly. think this could work. It's branch hatch. We don't really have a straight, so probably. I mean, I've done some testing, right? Bear with me. Not gonna go extreme here, guys. Just doing a few things that kind of worked out in practice. This is actually fine. I can't answer too many questions, guys. Don't worry, because there's too many of you. I mean, I don't, Mabix, I don't think it was recently. I think it was another time. Don't worry. I'll connect you guys. So let's do the driving. As I said, it will feel different. We'll have a couple things that we didn't have before. For example, just to convey the experience. Actually, I'm overdoing it with the graphics right now because I'm running Epic everything, which is probably a bit too much. I just want my normal settings here, plus the FSR enabled on the ultra quality mode. And that should be everything I need for multiplayer to have insane frame rates, which is now at the capped frequency, which is 110 right now. Less chat size, yeah, one sec. I mean, I can remove that entirely. I have actually no clue how big it is. Yeah, that's really big. Chat frame, where are you, chat? I mean, then you just can't read it anymore, right? It's a bit pointless. I'll just remove that, I guess. Or is that still readable? Okay. So now you should have sound. Tell me if that is loud enough. Oh, nice lags. So, what we're having now is that the tire responds a lot more to track surface, like the 3D shape of it, which means if you have, for example, a 3D shape somewhere on the track, a tire with a lot of camber, louder, like this. So if you're running a lot of camber, the car is now very likely to follow the track shape. I have some weird lags right now. I'll sort this. It's probably just not full screen. It's better. So sometimes under braking, you'll suddenly notice the car is following some weird lines. It's hard to see, I think, in the broadcast, but this is happening. And on the direct drive, like I'm running it with a lot of forces, I sometimes get really caught off guard, and suddenly the car goes into a certain direction, like left, like right, and you really have to learn the tracks a bit new and take into account all the 3D track shape as well, and where the car will be veering. Yeah, pretty much at any place on the track, and you need to plan your corner accordingly. So this just indicates a tiny bit of the tire model change. The other thing, if you look closely, will be just look at the tire HUD basically, because you will see that during corners, how warm is it here? 26. During corners, you will very likely see that the tires now heat up a bit more on the surface. Again, not trying to put too much detail in it, but the temperature itself will now also have a bigger impact throughout the corner. So you're not going into the corner with that car being perfect all around, but you can really feel that the tire throughout the long corner is getting ever closer to its limit. And once you reach a certain temperature point, not as extreme as in iRacing, the tire will start to become a little indefinite, maybe a little imprecise, start smearing a bit and give you that feeling that, okay, you're coming towards that limit now, and you'll probably have to be prepared for the front or the rear to lose grip. But it's really telling you this through the wheel, through the rotation you perceive while driving. And now I'm starting to focus because I, as always, want to be first. And with this temperature sensitivity also comes, well, not the issue, but some people who are overdriving the tire too much will very likely see problems in their tire wear. And once they have overdriven the tire, sometimes it just might not entirely come back to them within the lap, and they really have to do somewhat of a cool down lap in an extreme scenario, from which they have to kind of regain control over the tire temperatures and their grip levels and their lap time. Don't worry about the Lambo, Zapzi. I drove it, and let's just say they did fix that. It still is the Lambo, right? It doesn't change from like from top to bottom, but it of course was addressed I think by touching the front suspension and how it works. Oh, now I know why it doesn't work here, because the preset in the BMW has terrible brake bias. We need to move that backwards by a mile. Yeah, that's more like it, I think. Yeah, now the car rotates. There you go. Then you can easily drive with TC off now, which is a really, really great thing, and start to push a lot. Even though I don't recommend driving with TC off, because once it snaps, it will be hard to recover and you lose time, you burn the tire. So more often than not, you will just do it for fun and always keep the TC on. See, nice cut. Let's say that was a save. So right side tires are definitely under pressured. Nah, I don't think TCO is going to do much for you. I think I need to load my Barcelona setup here as well. Okay, I would even say TC3. So, and how is the tire model? Yeah, so I started explaining what it does without saying too much, which was really difficult. I don't know if Brands Hatch is the best track to show it. I always like to use Barcelona as a test track, which we're going to do right after this race. Just a sprint here, I think, on Brands Hatch, and then a longer race on Barcelona. And I haven't really done a long run yet, so we'll see how the car behaves in the long run as well. Generally, the M4 does have a lot of grip, and you can brake really deep into the corners. And what you will also see me do is, once I get in charge of the car, is you can see the rear tire now is a little out of the pressure window, and I'm really struggling to go straight or go nicely through the corners. Yeah, I'm losing the rear end there now, so I definitely need to adjust this. And you can also see the temperature on the left side is pretty high. So what I need to do is work with the brake ducts here. Probably I'll have to max them. That's one thing. I'm actually not willing to take away downforce here, but maybe I'll need to. Then I wanted to address the tire pressure. So I've increased the brake ducts now, so I think on the front I might need a little more pressure. Now on the rear it might just work out. camber is already a bit reduced to control the temperatures. New dampers shape. I don't know. I think we want to have this somewhere around here. I think, what else did I... Oh, I wanted to change the right side. So they're already too low, so we need like 8 clicks here anyway. And then account for the brake duct change additionally. So let's just make this 4 additional clicks. 26. Let's make it 3 additional clicks maybe. I think, and on, yeah, I mean, on everything, I think everything that was wrong on the previous version should be addressed one way or another. So if the Aston was too fast, it now isn't. If the Mercedes used too much fuel, now it doesn't. I wouldn't say less sensitive to slides. No, in a way, during a slide, you don't lose as much grip, but you're building tire temperature and you're trading tire rubber. And the temperature in the next corner will not be an issue, but it will only ever so slightly take some grip away from you. And then your car slides a bit more, and you build some more temperature, and your next corner will be worse as well. So you can really start building an issue over the course of a couple corners or laps. What do you mean the dashboard to watch the tire temps from? You mean behind the wheel? The M4 only has a single dash, which is the one I'm showing you right now. You can see, it kind of gives you a feeling, or if the pressures are in the right range. Remember, I'm still on max fuel. What you'll see in the M4 as well, you'll probably never need the 6th gear on most tracks. It just has a super long gearing, similar to the GT4. But it has really good ABS in comparison to the M6. It really pulls you into the corner now instead of pushing you out. I think we don't really have optimum track yet, or oh, we have. Interesting.
Yellow flag ahead. Good job.
Will the previous setups be okay? So I tried the M6 setup I had for Spa, which is quite an extreme setup given the nature of the track, and that really didn't work. The rear end was way too loose, and I'd probably need to make changes to the M6 there. You see, even with max brake ducts now, the left side of the car is always kind of... Why is the right side so hot now? I didn't increase that much pressure on the right side. So you see, there is going to be some learnings necessary in terms of adjusting the pressure. 7 down, 1, 2, 3, 4 down. By increasing the brake ducts, I suddenly have more temperature? I'm not sure. So left side was fine. And also, before it changed too much, it takes longer for the tire pressure and temperature to build. Let's go medium fuel here a bit, okay? So you won't just have your one flying lap like you had in the past, where then afterwards the pressures are fine. It needs like 3 on short tracks, maybe even 4 laps. In general, a BOP test, guys, no fucking clue. Pretty simple. I mean, we all know for a proper BOP overview, we need to look at all cars on all tracks, and that is something like 400 combinations. And if you take rain, it's 800 combinations, so you'll be surprised to hear that I didn't do that. What we are having is the 2021 BOP taken from the real world. Additionally, what Kunos will do is, I think there might be licensing issues, right? If you call the game, this is the 21 season, they have to use 2021 data. So what we're going to have from now on is some sort of open BOP, which just gives them the option, really, and they are really specific about this. Really, only the option. If there are extreme cases where a car is way too fast or way too slow, they can change the car within this open BOP thing, so that they're a bit, well, my assumption, free from the license agreements with SRO. So if one car is really bad, they're gonna address it, but they are not gonna take those decisions lightly. The M4, I like it a lot. Brands Hatch is probably a low grip track by the way it feels right now. I'm pretty certain that on another track you'd feel more of the tire, and I feel also you could better perceive what the tire is doing on another track. This here feels generally low grip, and the way you can now lean into the tire and really walk yourself towards the limit, this feels really unique. But I think right now on Brands Hatch I don't really get the same sensation I had on Barcelona, for example. This is the M4 indeed. Not at all. So if I had to compare the M4 to something, it's definitely not the M6. I think this is clear. Definitely no comparison to the M6. It's more, I think it has the responsiveness of a Ferrari. It has the engine and turbo lag behavior of the S10. I think it somewhat goes into and out of the corners similar to the Mercedes. Definitely not the McLaren now. Also, you'll very unlikely do your fastest laps in the first lap, as the tire pressure and temperature just need a little longer to build now. Oh, now I seems to have hit the pressures right. This is a slippery track. M4, top speed wise, no. It has a lot of downforce. It has very late braking capacity. It's pretty insane. You'll see on Barcelona, I think you'll see it a lot better in the heavy braking zones rather than here on Brands. And I need to address the curb behavior here. So the car's either too low, or the bump stop's not large enough, or too harsh, or the fast amper's not, not yet. Yeah, I'm way too early on the brakes here. Just don't have the feeling yet. And if you take a close look, you'll see that in general I have reduced the amount of coasting in the car considerably compared to cars in the previous build. I will very much carry the brake very deep into the corner, and as soon as you're off the brake, the car stops rotating a bit, and then you need to be back in power to keep the car rotating. But I also found this is very much true for the BMW, and it's not necessarily true for some other cars. For example, the S10 will experience quite some understeer on exit. Same as the Mercedes, for example, when I tested. So I guess this will be down to setups being reworked a bit until the cars drive nicely again. Too much oversteer. And upshifting wise in the M4 you really have to go to the very limit all the time. That's pretty similar to the Aston, for example. Maybe you even need higher TC here with the low grip track. I'm sorry, I didn't have time to drive the Bentley yet, no. What are they driving? 23.0. Okay, what I have right now with the car is setup-wise, I think I have a bit too much understeer in the fast corner exits. The curbs it doesn't eat the curbs too well right now. And the balance overall is still a bit... It's weird. It's on corner entry, it's a bit too oversteer, and exit a bit too understeer, which I think is just a setup thing, really. And probably easy to address. Or a differential thing. See how deep you can go into the corner with the brakes applied on a very low level. Reminds me a lot of iRacing, just that the effect isn't as pronounced. So whereas on iRacing, on the brake, you get like 50% extra grip on the front axle, here it's more like 10. I think the tire pressure really depends a lot on how you drive the car through a corner. If I'm a bit more oversteering, then immediately I'll have the rears heated up more and the front a little less. And as soon as I push more over the front axle, I will raise the tire pressure there. Any questions? Ah, Michael, thank you. Was about time. Difficult question, Max Payne. We'll have to see. I mean, all of them benefit in the way that they drive nicer, more predictable. You as a driver, I think, are more challenged and can decide more over the outcome of each corner. What we'll also have, for example, is the ideal line is now supposed to be a bit wider. And the grip loss towards the outside is not as pronounced as it was before, to facilitate better side-by-side fighting. Well, that was a better lap. Still half the fuel tank. So, but yeah, it's you can see it. The pressures are all over the place. I probably need to check and motec what I did in a specific lap. What I did in a specific lap and why the pressures are now higher or lower in any given situation there. So what I'd have to do now. Let's go down with fuel a bit here. So we need 2.26 per lap. So to do 10 laps, I need 23 liters. That should be more than fine. So let's take one extra and we'll make it. Probably not as much time as well. I'd like some better curb behavior. Not entirely sure how to achieve it just yet. Maybe we give the car a little more range to work with on the front, but therefore take a bit of ride height away from the front. Probably I want to address this with camber. Sorry, not camber, rake. But you can see the car is rather insensitive to rake, right? And it's very similar to the Porsche here, where initially the percentage goes up and then it goes down again once you go across a certain threshold. So it's a really interesting concept aerodynamically and totally different to the M6, if you ask me. I do want a bit more. It doesn't feel like roll bars are really the way to go here. I'll try it nonetheless. And see where I end up here. Maybe I'll go a bit in like this direction, give it a bit more camber on the front, or maybe not, give it less on the rear. I hope I just stick to the pressures. I probably had pressure loss as well. It's Brands Hatch after all, so very hard to judge. Guys, advertise this a bit. I'm seeing 970 people. I do think I want to hit the 1,000. Motec data will be exactly the same, no new channels whatsoever. So if you were hoping for anything there, no, the concept there stays exactly the same. I've told BMW if they want to be heroes, the car needs to have custom liveries and not be a Lexus who are hated. So I'm pretty sure it's going to come, yeah. Simon, nice observation there. But this is very much an M4 thing. Even with high cambers, the M4 will manage to heat the tire across the surface, inside to outside, more evenly. I feel it's a really low grip track. On Barcelona, the car has a lot more traction. Bump stop rate indeed is in 50 Newton meter steps, but the lowest I think was 200. If I had to say one sentence about the cars, then I think it is they are more alive. You have just more situations to go through. You work the car more. And as a driver, you have more influence. Hey, Speedy Robin. Probably pushing now on the first lap doesn't make a lot of sense, because the tire just isn't there yet. It's probably going to take a lap longer to get that done. Ja, hallo an alle, hallo. Yeah. Overall, I also think the car is, at least the M4, I can't speak for all the cars, is more sensitive on the brake. Your trail braking becomes more important. Nice following his lines there. And it feels to me, really, that's only a perception thing. I'm feeling like I'm pitching the car, so I'm getting an aerodynamic change on the brake. But I also feel I'm flexing the tire with the brake, especially in the low speed corners. And this tire flex really gives you the feel of you can control the amount of grip you're forcing the front tire to build up. So everybody who's just stomping the brakes is likely going to have issues. you need a sensitive foot to extract time from the cars, or at least this one. The ABS does assist you, but still. Yeah, the M6 is retired officially for me. Well, let's do the 22. Come on. Was hoping to feel the 30 liters a tiny bit more. Come on. That's enough. But as I said, maybe the second lap isn't the fastest yet. It's more likely 3 or 4. Oh, a bit too harsh into the ABS and I got stuck there. Yeah, a moment of worshipping M6. Oh, I did the 22. I thought it was still a 23. Well, I'm happy then. Give slipstream, Gago. I can tell the BMW will need the slipstream because it itself isn't fast on the straight. I was going to fight. We hit the 1,000, guys. Insane. People love ACC still. Looks like a lot of you have been waiting for this kind of stuff. And I think you won't be disappointed once you drive it. Are we going to queue anytime soon? Oh, look ahead. Oh yeah, that was 0.2 pressure loss right there. Just coming back onto the track. Cost me 0.2. Yeah, the BMW is fast on the straight line is not true anymore for this one. Yeah, I think I mean, in terms of, you have to think, how big can physics changes really be in a sim that is already aiming to be very accurate, right? They're trying their best to be as realistic as possible ever since they introduced the game. So when they do a big change, all the detail or the actual change feeling-wise is going to be very subtle, but what's happening underneath might be large. And I think you'll really need to invest some time into the game to really find out in which scenarios what is now happening to the tires, when you can push how much. This is all very... it's in the details. That's really where you'll feel it. So I think, honestly, the roll bars helped a bit, so I'll increase them some more. I still feel like... Let's try something like this. Give it not too much on the front there. I probably want to just keep some rotation going, so let's limit the rear suspension travel a bit more. And just give me 1 second to check after the dog. Maybe I lost my living room. Nope. She's just being the cutest dog ever. insane. She's just lying there on the couch, wagging her tail, just for me to be looking into the room. I think they also changed something to the track limits logic, but I didn't really get behind what. So we'll have to dive a little deeper on that once the patch is out tomorrow. I mean, all of you really just have to wait one day. Let me try to focus a bit on not getting pressure loss now. Just to be sure I'm not getting utterly confused by the tire pressures. I still feel TC4 might be better here. It's really a low grip surface, in my opinion. I don't know about the time. I think after the keynote at some point, which is set to be 2 PM or so, the keynote, I don't know. So front, left still needs some. What you can also feel is when you overdrive the tire, you had this before, but it's now more refined as well, is at least on a direct drive, you will feel a vibration going through the steering wheel indicating that you're scrubbing the tire. And I was told by ours that the scrubbing is not what some people call a can force feedback effect. It's actually based on the calculation of the tire vibration. Feel I need to brake way later here and force the car more into the corner. But then again, I'm off. But yeah, also you can't expect PBs anymore in your first flyer. It just doesn't work. The grip is just not there. Let's leave a gap. Yeah, definitely Brands is low grip. The more realistic, I mean, this is always the target of a sim, right? So if they invest half a year into making all these changes, then I pretty damn hope it feels more like real life, but it's hard for me to tell how real life feels, right? Because I'm just not that real life driver. But everything I read in the changelog that we'll look into tomorrow... Oh, that was a huge time gain! That was a huge time loss. Yeah, the time gain is really down. The more sensitive I am on the brake, the more precise I am, the less I overdrive the tire, the more grip it's giving me. And it's really a small line, a thin line. No! That would have been a good one. Let's do another then. You just have the brake applied basically to keep the front tucked in. It's 26 degrees, I think. And it's about the being gentle on throttle. Don't just go into the TC and pray. Be a bit more gentle with the throttle input, and then suddenly you do have some gains on corner exit. So This time looks good, but there's at least 2 or 3 more 10s to have. So this looks good. Wet I haven't really tested wet tires yet, other than driving on them, but I didn't really have a look into the details of how they change over time or anything. I mean, I have the update since Sunday afternoon. I have a small puppy. My girlfriend isn't there, so I'm spending most of the time running around the flat wiping pee. Bartik, it depends a bit on the curb, I feel. There are some curbs that the M4 easily takes now, and you can like be super aggressive. Qualifying, I probably should use a new tire set and even less fuel. So 7 laps maybe? 7 times 2.7? Ah, fuck it, just 18. Nah, I'm just kidding. I think we're on really good terms already with the dog and the pee stuff. Like 99% land outside. I haven't really changed anything to the force feedback. Not anything. I really just, I mean, this is how I downloaded it, changed back the graphics. Didn't even have to set up the steering, it was all there. So I didn't really do any that sort of stuff. What happens in the M4 sometimes is just because the gears are so long, especially 3, 4, and 5 are really long. You're sometimes not getting the downshift from the downshift protection. Because I'm used to shift down quite early, but the gears are so long that it doesn't really let you at points, or sometimes. So there's a qualifying ahead. This feels like SRO again. Let's use that gap. So, when we're saying that the tires are not up to temperature in the first lap, I wonder what will be the best strategy. Maybe we end up doing 2 installation laps, kinda, and start pushing in the third with a, well, optimum rubber underneath. Or, I think we need to leave a bigger gap. Or if you just hardcore try to get the temperature into the tire so you have the grip right away. Because now this is all a bit sluggish. The tire is a bit not there. So this first lap is really pointless, and especially when you have a short track like this. I doubt you'll, no matter what you really do, you'll have the pressures ready for the first flyer. The dash here doesn't really have a second one. You can't change it. I can only change the race logic. So do I cancel this laps because I'm going to run into Thea there in the next lap, or... Ah yeah, I cancel this lap. See where Amos is. So yeah, this already feels like much more grip out of the last corner easily. I wonder if I should do last or first though. Or last 2, whatever. There you could feel the curb was dragging me in. That was the first instance you could really see the new tram lining, as Gargo calls it. I mean, it's an inline 6 with a bi-turbo. I think that's the sound. Okay. Gonna be an interesting qualifying. Well, I'm catching up. I'm just in the bad spot here. Catching up way too much. Manage the gap here. Focus. Better. I feel like I'm negotiating with the tire how much grip it's going to hand out to me. And then I'm like, okay, a little more on the brakes maybe. Do you want that? Yeah, okay, we can do this.
Yellow flag is sector 1.
I hate blind corners for the life of me. Okay, I think this was a good lap. Well, one corner to go. Okay. Okay, I need one faster one.
Well done, mate. The fastest lap so far. Slow car ahead. Yellow flag. Be careful, mate.
Thank you.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out. Cut detected.
Okay. Now the pressure on the front left is a bit weird again, and right side as well. This is interesting to say the least here. Very interesting, the tire pressure is very interesting. Can we want to try more camber? Let's try. Maybe there's a tiny bit more to have. Not too sure I want to go more aggressive here because that's quite a bit down. I will take it. We'll take it. Has to be now. Yeah, you feel pressures are going to be a topic. And as I said, it's a thin line pushing the car. Because you saw earlier in the practice session, I had these 2-3/10ths out of the second corner, and now at least I couldn't repeat that so far. Oh yeah, maybe TC4. Let's try this. Davide using the interesting lines.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I had to lift 3 times out of the last corner. So there's more time hidden. The turn-in sometimes just too good.
Flag ahead. Be careful.
So I have a bit of space now. short shifts don't work in that car. You really need to ref to the max. Else, there's no power. So it's like the Aston, the Ferrari.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
PT4 helps, I think. Gives me much more stability, confidence on exits. No lifts now, and there should be the time. Oh, someone improved just now.
Well, mate, this has been your personal best.
I feel the track is improving still, because the first lap shouldn't be that fast. Pull the gear a little longer. Green. Well, Lexus seems quick. Too much. Raytracing? Raytracing habe ich keine Informationen zu. Insofern, nope.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
Oh, this is getting exhausting. Ah, that was severe. Understeer suddenly. But I guess I was overdoing it as well. So let's give the tire a small rest and then go for a last lap. The issue is a bit when you have to open the brake ducts so much. They're always cold. The brakes, not the ducts. It's very different to the M6. I don't think you can really compare them. I mean, you can compare them, but everything is different.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Nah. Nope, I think this was it. I wonder if I should just take the Barcelona setup where I spent a bit more time. Because this still is here very much aggressive preset. I feel there could be a lot more free rotation with more aggressive downforce. Oh, I even have another lap. No, I have no clue. I guess it's one of their beta testers. Who then, I'm not surprised, might know the quickest car around here. I don't know.
Losing time in sector 3. Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
Come on. Come on, M4. Give me some more.
Yellow flag in sector 1. Yellow flag, be careful.
No time to take care.
Yellow flag.
Come on! Give me that pole. No, it's not enough, I think. Oh, it is! Come on! Maybe it takes a couple more laps to get the tire going. Plus 5 grip penalty. Oh, 1.5 minutes. Yes, more enjoyable. No doubt about it. So 20 minutes is what? On this track, like 10, 12, 15, not 15, more like 14 laps, 15. Let's calculate 15. We have the installation lap. So 15 times 2.3, or what do we have? 30 and 3. I take 40. I don't know about more durable. It might be an M4 thing, really, not the tire in general, maybe. So 20 times 60. Oh God, what did I just calculate? 20 times 60 by, what do we do? 122s here, 123s. So 83 seconds. We're gonna do 14, 15 laps. So we're doing 16. 16 times 2.4 is 38. So I have 40, which I think is fine. I take one. I don't need extra. I take it anyway. New tire set. They are saying you do not need to wait till the last seconds to go on the grid. I disagree. You still want the tire to be as up there in the pressure as you can have it. I mean, flat spots were there before, so they should still be there then. Boost in FPS, yes, in those situations where you are not CPU limited, which makes sense, I guess. So an AI single player is probably not a good test bed, because there you are CPU limited rather than GPU limited. .3, yeah, okay. I'm gonna fuel 2 or 3 liters extra. What's the furthest back we can put the brake bias? 48. You can see I can't use a lot of brake because the ABS kicks in. So that's how low grip the track here is. And how low grip the tire has while not being up to pressure and maybe temperature. No, I took a new tire set. I think it's... Well, if anything, fuck it. Map? No, I have enough fuel. Oh, good. Thank you. I think the issue will be pressure loss more than anything. Yeah, Jad could be right, in fact. Because I felt the same with the TC, so maybe...
Going double file.
Well, not exactly less, but more precise. You can't just stomp it, I think. Well, maybe you can once the setups are there, but for now, I'd say I barely build any pressure, for fuck's sake. So let's bring it back to my normal brake bias there. So let's see how good the Lexus is off the line. We still have turbochargers, so I'm still gonna brake boost. Oh dear, I was way too fast. So I braked one more time.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Thanks, ABS. So now we're gonna see the first straight line comparison. Yep. That's gonna be a fight. Yeah, so the advantage of the M4 really seems to be corner speed. Not so much punch on the exit, not so much straight line, definitely not straight line. Sometimes just seems to be the missing gear. And sometimes I have to shift up early or I run into the limiter. But what is good compared to the M6, you can do tiny lifts without losing all your turbo pressure.
Fastest lap of the race, man. Good job.
So you can make correction if you were too aggressive on throttle, which you couldn't ever do on the M6. Why are we faster in the race now? What happened? Ah, bit stuck on the TC. Lexus is keeping up at least. Cut too much. Need to still put my later epics. The car has such good turn in that I tend to fuck it up. So let's hope I'm on a new tire set, not on an old one. Yeah, the Lexus is flying. But to be fair, it's flying with me. I still could use a little more corner exit oversteer.
Fastest lap of the race. Great job, man.
It will be, I think it will be a lot different than Barcelona because the track has much more grip and you can work different with the car. Here I have to be really, really cautious. And you will see on Barcelona I can push, I feel, much more aggressively. So this is really interesting. Good on Bathurst, no clue. No idea so far. That way you have your next race, just go for it. I'm sure you can get the straight line speed out of it somehow. Man, we're gapping the others massively. Would be really good to have him out of my slipstream, because then I think I'd drive away. Chill afternoon, they said. I'm pushing like crazy. He's still there. It's coming tomorrow, guys. Nice little oversteer moment there on entry. Imagine having a fast BMW on Brands Hatch. Ah. Nope, still not out of the slipstream. I think it's one of the beta testers, so he's trying to stay anonymous. I think it was the same when the British pack came out, the guy who then ran really fast in a Lambo on Donington, I think. So now I think the tire starts dropping a bit, tiny bit. Wow, the Lexus is insane in the last corner. But it's good we really also have one strong guy in the field. So to really see a proper comparison to another car. And I mean, he seems to be able to keep up, not easily, but he can. And I'm not going slow. I mean, I don't have much of a setup, but still. So whoever was sidelining the Lexus, revisit that. Ah, okay. I heard the Baldwin rumor before. Oh yeah.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Is he streaming? James, it's James. Arthur. Pressure's still good. Did the Lexus drive anywhere in 2021? Oh yeah, these exits from that corner are important. I should not fuck those up. I think Doc is sleepy on the couch. I ran her all afternoon. So that she'd be sleepy during the stream and not eat things. Because if the Lexus didn't drive in 2021, they're more free with the BOP. Going as fast as the car will allow, obviously. I'm driving a really shitty line here now. Ja, DLSS habe ich einfach an. Punkt. Und ich glaube, man sieht den Unterschied nicht. Also in Grafikqualität zumindest. Oh yeah, this car needs more oversteer. Ja, der M4 ist um Welten besser als der M6, ich glaube, das kann man schon so sagen. Es ist allerdings auch ein ganz anderes Konzept, ja, das ist nicht irgendwie ein besserer M6 oder so, es ist ein anderes Auto. Völlig. Precious, kinda losing. Guess you can save things like that now. The important bit is, saves only count if you stay full throttle. Freddie Rasmussen. See, I even have 2.27 per lap.
Alright, going to final lap is later. Bring it on.
Ah, I broke his spirit, finally! I don't know about the track limits, let's test. The nicest thing about the new tire physics is you can really slide the car now.
P1, excellent job. Water race. See you in the pits. Bring it back home.
Or not.
Light damage on the front of the car.
This car is toast. Verdict. Exhausting. I'm completely sweat. I expected a chill afternoon. I didn't get it. Drift setup. I don't know, guys. I'd rather test the GT4s for that, not the GT3s. The aero is always going to make drifting very difficult. Camera settings should be just 50... 45. 45. Click. Click. Oh. Should be less anyway. Click. Click. I don't have triple and white screen, so that's that. Oh my god, is it time for beer already, by the way? Was wollen wir denn sehen im Replay? Den Drift vorletzte Runde? Ja, den sollten wir uns vielleicht angucken. Noch eine andere Kamera. Let's check this one. Ah, not a good camera angle for this one. This maybe? How was it in the cockpit though? It's your aggressive preset with minor changes, so don't worry about the setup. I think we're just heading to Barcelona now. Here, here's your setup, which is the aggressive preset, more or less. Just a few clicks really changed. Nothing big. Oh my god. How did the tires feel? So first, I have to say, so I kept the. Let's look at the lap times here, which I can't for whatever reason. Normally you can just click here for the lap times. I can't. Maybe the server's already done. Gone also. Do I have? I have telemetry on, so we can check the lap time progression in motec afterwards. So they're gonna restart the server with Barcelona now. And Barcelona should be more interesting, I think. M4 better on acceleration compared to M6. It depends. I mean, early corner exit acceleration is better because it has better grip and it can really convert the power into speed. But as soon as the car is straight and also the M6 would have built the grip, then the M6 just has more torque and power and will accelerate better in the like second phase of the exit or after the exit phase of a corner on the straight. But initially, I think the M4 is much better out of the corners, massive by margin. So this is not to be underestimated, that car. Das liegt, das mit den 100% Bremsen, ja, das liegt hier, denke ich, an Brands Hatch, weil du immer in die Kurve direkt schon reinfährst. Du hast ja gar keine geraden Bremszonen. Darum nur in die, und die Strecke hat auch nicht viel Grip. Darum, ja, 100% Bremse macht hier nur das ABS an und dann passiert nicht mehr viel. In Barcelona sieht das, glaube ich, anders aus. Aber ich sagte auch schon, Trailbraking extrem wichtig jetzt, weil man sowohl Pitch kontrolliert als auch den Tireflex, so fühlt es sich zumindest an. Und beides zusammen bestimmt wirklich, wie viel Grip du in die Kurve hast. I was just explaining to someone that Film FX gibt es irgendwie ein Problem? So I was just explaining that on corner exits, this car is great. No, I was explaining because someone asked the... I wasn't braking a lot on 100%, but I think this is down to Brands Hatch mainly because you're always braking into a corner and never really have a straight braking phase. And additionally, Brands Hatch doesn't have a lot of grip, which, yeah, just kind of makes the problem worse. And not having a lot of grip then, yeah, just leads to, oh, they changed the password? Why? Password wrong, password wrong. Password wrong. Should be this. Doesn't work. Wait a second. Okay. Nice. I stay in the same car, of course. I'm not sure with the dampers. I didn't have time to go that deep yet. So I can't really comment on the dampers. Literally didn't make a single damper click so far. I tried Imola, adjusted with a fast dampers a bit, but didn't really see any results. So I guess it needs to be much more on the bump stops. So hard to tell. Let me check the Discord if we have any progress here. Not really. Not really. Oh, come on, guys. Speed it up. Else I just go for the dog. Info channel. Nope. Still waiting for Media Race 2. It's there. It does not work. Zooms. I got it. Let's fucking go. Oh, new messages. Sorry, guys. I stopped scrolling. Needed to ban someone. Going to release a video explaining the changes. I'm trying, but I'm very time limited. Oh, it's rain. Fuck's sake. I do not have rain set up at all. But it's also, it's drying in 10 minutes, so I'll just not do anything. No, I'll drive in the rain, of course. Let's go. I'll take the preset. This is probably bonkers. This is going to be bullshit. Yeah, we keep with this. This is fine. We stick to, it's going to be more like this. Let's keep everything else as is. More downforce never hurts, so we take more. More! Wet physics, I'm not aware, to be honest. I mean, there might just be, in general, with all the tire physics changes, likely the wet tire behavior will be different as well. By the way, what I like most about the M4, find the wiper. Yes, it's a single one, and it's in the middle, and it's not going to bother you half of the time on the left side of the screen. This is, this is a massive advantage, probably the biggest advantage in the car, that you can look freely onto the road during the rain. Yes, this is, what do you mean, fun to drive like the M6. This is a much more fun than micro stutters when someone joins, I think. So what we can do is, we can now turn just TC off in the rain, and it's not really an issue. Wait for it. This is the biggest fun I had in days. I'm exaggerating with the wiper, of course, but make it faster and notice the wiper even less. I think if you listen, I'll shut up for a second, and you just listen closely to how the tire is fighting for grip. Just listen to the torque, and when it goes, and the RPMs go up and down, you can hear the tire just looking for where the grip is. And then it snaps. So I'm shutting up on start of the next lap to give you an idea. Every track always had their individual VOP, they were just grouped. You'll get used to the front grille, you're just being conservative, it's normal. It will change your perception, very easy. And now in the rain, this vibration coming in on the direct drive here, this is just insane, telling you so much about how much you're overdriving the front axle, or not. Remember, this is wet and TC off, right? Oh no, not ABS. I'm relying on that.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
It snaps back so nicely, so predictable. It's just a lot of fun. Gonna be huge for videos and screenshots. Probably hurting tire life, but fuck that. And no, I think they have a new FFP setting around dampers, but naturally I'm not using it, so everything the same for me. Here on turn, and I get the vibration when I'm too aggressive. The car telling me that I'm overdriving the front. And then I just dial it back a very tiny amount and bang, the grip is back. See the car fighting for the grip? I think the main differences, as you just turn in, will be tire physics at the end of the day. Ours will tomorrow tell all the details. But so far, just take a look at how temperatures evolve, how the grip evolves throughout a corner, how much grip there is, how it suddenly fades away, but how nicely you can control it, and how well you can see the grip loss or grip gain coming. About time for the slick soon, I think. Can't say anything about the wheel, I don't have it. Need to ask Arthur. But it's interesting, now we're already in drying conditions, right? So we can already make somewhat of an examination how the wet tire is going to heat up. This grip is nuts. Definitely a huge amount of fun. You really feel in charge of the car, and it tells you so much about what you can do. I think, of course, with TC will be faster. But it's really just to demonstrate what has changed. Yeah, I'm turning it off now. Bang! Sorry, Judd, it took a second out of you.
Yellow flag ahead, be careful.
Without TC. Just kidding. If you could feel what I feel here in the steering wheel when I take the corner a bit too much, that's just great. Because you immediately know, okay, there's not more to have, so I tone it down a bit. Okay, I'll do ABS off for the sake of it, but I think it's gonna go bad. Okay. Immediate lockup. Well, let's try in the hairpin. There's so much sensations going on. You have some on entry when the rear steps out, you have some when the front regains grip and you're overdriving it. Oh, you gotta be so careful on the brakes. But it works. Oh yeah, nice. DC was 0 already. FFB is better in the sense that you now get nice nice feedback about the vibration of the tire when it skids across the tarmac. This is something ours will explain tomorrow in length, I guess. Yeah, let's check the tires. You cannot check wet tires. Mother. Ah, yeah, there. I mean, so like the FFP in ACC for me is the best there is in sim racing. So it's not like it needed improvement if you have a direct drive. If you have a shit wheel, force feedback is always going to be shit. That's just the story of how this works. Ja, ich habe an meinem DD, an meinen Settings nichts verändert. When I will start tomorrow, I probably won't at all because F1 Esports is happening tomorrow, and I'll have to be there the entire day pretty much. So I don't think I will be doing much tomorrow. I didn't change my FFP settings. Everything is just the same as it was. Let's quickly give it a look, maybe. Controls, there you go. So gain is still on 60 in the VRS drive. I have it on 80, which is 16 Newton meters times 0.6. It's going to be around 10 Newton meters. Actually, I can't show too much there. Minimum force unchanged. There's a damper now that you can use, right? And that's about it. Oh yeah, the issue with the camera controls is I'm on the ultra wide and the menu is very much on the left side of the screen, so I can't show you that, I'm afraid. Let me I'll try something. I'll have to go to OBS for that. So let me quick go to OBS. Take ACC and move it over. So there you have the new controls for the camera. Now you have like an actual camera, you have the aperture size, right? You have the focal length. So I think it's just more intuitive to use now. And I think that is better in the end. It's just easier to understand what is happening to the camera there if why can I not move? Can I move? I cannot move. I'm stuck because I'm in that menu. There you go. Now I can fly. Oh, hello. Where are we? Let's go back to my car. There you go. So if we just take a normal, what you'd have on your ultra zoom lens, 2.8 aperture normally, right? The focal length would be what? Let's say, I mean, in motorsports, pretty much you don't have to start below 100, I guess. Else, I mean, you're never that close to the cars, and then your focal length would need to match that. So here we have the car nicely in the frame. Let's go through the rear wing here maybe also, I don't know. Something like this. Go lower. Right, and then if you, of course, if you want to have a wider range of visible, then you just increase the aperture size as you do on a normal camera. So f4, for example, also very typical on lenses that you can afford. I don't know the exact timing of the patch tomorrow. I think it will be after the keynote. But that is... we weren't informed, so sorry for that. Center to screen. There you go, we're back. Is it dry now? No, it's greasy still, so fuck it. Fuck it, fuck it. Let's... Well, it's qualifying next already, right? So... there's really no thinking behind the 720. It's just... I usually do not drive the Porsche. The only car where you need more than 720, so I can cover all of those with that.
Green light. Go, go, go.
So greasy track. I hope it becomes damp. Oh, there's a dry line already. Yeah, the S-grip. Yeah, dry tire is the better one. Probably my pressures will be too low. Okay, let's go higher with the TC. That's just about on the edge there. Not sure if the curb is already usable for braking. I think this is the sweet spot here. Somewhat. Das Auto hat ein Lenkrad, ich glaube, das ist ziemlich genau wie der M6 565, also das ist, was du brauchst. Yeah, and you still need to brake a little earlier, so not the full grip of the dry session yet. Probably gonna have terrible graining. Interestingly, I noticed that when you're lacking tire temperature in cold conditions, or, well, when the track is slightly damp still, you can, when you actually decrease the tire pressure, builds a little more temperature. So you can have like a trade-off between ideal tire pressures and working temperature. Es ist ein ganz anderes Auto als der M6. Vergleich ist da schwierig. Also im M6 hat man die Zeit ja auf der Geraden geholt, jetzt holt man es wirklich in den Kurven und beim Bremsen. Jetzt könnt ihr mal, now you can watch a bit how deep I'm going on the brakes into the corners. On low, gentle levels, just to keep the nose tucked in. That's a bit deep. Yes, jetzt mag er Kurven. Still greasy. Still. Oh, rain coming in half an hour. Fuck. Thanks, Gago. I guess that is all on purpose. So we're gonna have to stop. Ja, das Auto ist auch für 24 zu gebrauchen, auf jeden Fall. Das lässt sich hier, da lässt sich BMW nicht lumpen hier. In echt wie im Game. No, stay. Yeah, very good. It's a shame we don't have proper grip. Because I wanted to show you how much you can push the car, but now I can't again. Fifth, why? Yeah, my pressures will come. Or maybe I can use curves already to be more aggressive, I think.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
That's better.
Well done, mate. This is my universal best.
But yeah, the track is improving, so every lap will get quicker. I guess my pressures will just about be there in 2 laps. They could see the rear just coming around that tiny bit. And the track is improving a lot every lap, so it's really about who gets the last lap in. Thanks, Jardier. Yeah, somewhat Ferrari directness on entry. Bit of Aston, bit of Merc. Somewhat in between there. That's what I meant with pushing. If you're just very gentle on the brake, there's still something left in the tire. But don't short shift, there's no power. You really need to max out. So Lexus again first. Not anymore. So Lexus, we're gonna have 1 lap. I will have 1 lap. Crazy close. Full attack. Ah, that's already bad. Have to get the time elsewhere. And that's off track, so. Full attack wasn't a good idea. And Jardia still has a good tire. And another lap, so he's gonna become a threat just now. I probably have graining. I think we should check, actually, because I was starting in those greasy conditions with the tire. I mean, the M4 doesn't have a setup on 1.7, so there need to be no adjustments to that setup at least. No graining. Okay. Oof. So let's see, he's gonna improve for sure. Oh, he just came out of the pits. So he's gonna go full send. Can we see the time somewhere? Anton, ich bin noch nicht genügend Autos gefahren und es gibt einfach keine Vergleiche bisher. Man kann das überhaupt nicht sagen. Punkt. I don't know. I didn't get the time to drive several cars with several setups and that sort of stuff. So I really cannot comment on DOP is in the end what you're looking for. It's Tyres at 1 again. I think the race is going to be a lot faster. Let me quickly pee a lot longer. Now I pee and we'll be back on time. It's again closed. Why is it again? Oh, it kept pole. Nice. So it's gonna rain anyway, so we will pit and change tires. So I will start with not too much fuel. It's gonna be what, half an hour? It's gonna be 20 laps, 20 times 3, 60. So this will be enough. I'll probably take a little more to, worst case, do 3 laps more or so. Until the rain really is much. And then pit stop number 1 is going to be a wet tire. I have no clue about the pressures. So I'm just gonna stick with what I have here and hope that works. Oh my. Probably need higher. Let's add 1.4 anywhere. This is madness now without any experience going into this. And we'll probably have to refuel as well.
20 seconds.
Something like this. So, new dry set? Yes, let's go.
10 seconds.
I don't know about pressures, guys. This is a completely new situation. We don't know. Simply do not know. That's the facts. We're testing life. But if someone could calculate fuel for the race distance, I didn't get the chance. Are there really 900 people watching? I'm amazed. Yeah, R is being cryptic. Also fetter FPS-Boost nicht, das geht hier um vielleicht 10-20% in bestimmten Szenarien oder so. 2.74, so how many laps? 60 minutes. Lap is 134, so something like 36 laps or so. 40 max. 40 times 2 is 80, times 0.7 is 28. So we need something like 110 liters. Very, very rough approximation. Well, hello to everyone. If you haven't subscribed or followed yet, depending on the platform, It's about time. Okay, so 102 total. And in the rain, we're gonna be slower and do less laps, I guess. So my refueling of 65 is pretty accurate. Change tires to wet. We can still think about pressures later on, but... Remember wet warnings, yeah. They said they changed something about wet warnings now. Like, so off tracks in wet conditions, but I didn't test it yet, so I have no clue what he's meaning. In any case, let's not use off tracks, which doesn't make sense because you need to use the curbs, and curbs really do not work in the wet anyway. Yes, BMW has been gentle. The thing about ACC is they're taking the real car and represent it as good as possible, and the real car seems to be good, at least that's what I'm hearing. So I'm not surprised. Engine map 1 maybe. Let's try without the boost.
Green line, go, go, go.
The car does not have straight line speed.
Car on the left.
So by turn 1 I assume the Lexus will be almost ahead. We're not giving in though.
Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh, we have to. But yeah, Lexus is the new meta car, or what? BMW badly needs slipstream and he's already too far away, I think. Yeah. Well, I guess it has a lot of downforce and drag. And smaller engine. Can't keep up with the Lexus, no chance. Need to push more. Let's see slipstream. Oh my god. That's bad. Yeah, I guess Lexus didn't drive last year in the real series, did it? That's why they're more free with BOP, maybe. Let's have some nice fight. For an entire hour. But man, I need the slipstream so badly. Barely keeping up in the draft, it's insane. So we need to probably trade some downforce for straight line. I'm just gonna dive bomb in at some point. This is gonna be a long fight. What? Nothing is wrong with first gear. Where did you get that from? First gear is fine. I don't think I'm really choosing the overtaking point, I just need to be lucky. Because I'm not getting side by side onto the straight, no chance.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
That wasn't intentional.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Just testing how late the car can do it. Ah, short shift into second helps a bit maybe. Definitely switching to the M4, yeah. Come on, go.
Clear on the left.
Just testing the limits. Be a bit more confident. I'm pushing like crazy. Let's build the gap again. Lost a bit to Jardier on the last lap. Shouldn't fight so hard. But this is a lot of fun. Oh.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
He's gonna have me easily. Easily.
Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Come on. Now full attack mid-sector. Yeah, too much attack. What just happened? Why is wet optimum already? I don't believe that. This is not F1 esports, it can't change so quickly. Nah, there's loads of grip. Still temperature in the tires. Don't believe when it says wet optimum. Greasy plus rain coming. So pit stop very soon, I guess. Uncharted territory. No, it's fine still. Okay, don't brake on the curb anymore. Missing some turn in, missing some brake. What? He's gaining so much right now. I have no grip. Let's try less ABS. When the delta says 150, we pit. I have no front. Yeah, it's gonna be 150, I pit. Good thing I did not practice the pit stop, so I don't know what my references needs to be. Now fuel is set. Total of 105, I think we calculated. Let's hope this works. But the tire change is long enough anyway, so let's hope this works. Oh yeah, perfect. Thank God. 40 is enough, but I can't change it anymore. Shit. No, 40 is not enough. Or it will be enough? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Why would I take 108 now? That was way too much, you're right. Yeah, I don't know. What is it? I was calculating what I had at the beginning. That was a bit hectic right now. Sorry, my fault.
Come on, let's go.
But yeah, it doesn't help driving with a heavier car. Don't know what I calculated there. What the fuck? But yeah, I'm a bit heavy, but rain is increasing, which is good for my tire pressures because they're a bit high right now. I'm gonna be a sitting duck. I'm too heavy. So brake bias in wet to rear because the fronts don't have as much downforce, don't have as much grip. The car doesn't pitch as much forward under braking, so there's less load transfer to the front. And therefore, the rear tires have to do more of the work. I'm losing so much time. He got a full second on me last lap. Yeah, that's too much. Yeah, Lexus. I mean, but I carry a lot of weight, so it could be that. Wow, this is challenging. Oh, it's actually faster this lap. Okay. If this stabilizes, I'm good. 100. That's the Huizenveld Ultimates. So I would like to tell you how it feels, but I'm so focused. This is really hard. But it's also much more fun than in the old wet conditions. Or at least more fun than in the M6, because the electronics here actually do a good job. Come on! More rain and more rain coming until the end of the race. The TC allows enough slip to rotate the car too brutally. And I feel like if I just use a higher TC level, it's going to just cut more and take some control away from me. So I'm staying at TT3 and rely on my right foot to keep it just about within the margins. Probably a full dry setup doesn't exactly help. I'm gaining ever so slightly, but James Parker also is picking up behind.
There's a slow car ahead.
Like, I have Max Camber on the car. It's probably a bit much for rain. Still experiencing what the car wants me to do. But the more the brake biases to the rear, the better it feels. The deeper I can do the trail braking. Without the ABS interfering. And now the track is getting worse and my lap time is staying the same, which is good. Yeah, still, I mean, it's just max camber because I didn't really think of it. Yes, max cambers is still 4 on the front, 3.5 at the rear, so. Why can't I just drop 20 liters of fuel? Getting really wet now. Come on, Steve, look behind. Thank you.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Well, yeah, this is fun. Oh yeah, the others are losing more pace now with wetter conditions. Almost a second. So I guess that could work out. And now it's already the vibration in the steering wheel indicating the understeer. So I'm just using like 10-15 degrees on turn in because that's as much as the front tire will take. And very gentle on the brakes. If you look at the trail braking, I'm extremely careful and almost scared. And pretty much zero coasting. Didn't overtake the Porsche, I lapped him. But Steve is not really a sim racer. I mean, he's a fan, but he's not really racing often. He's just doing a lot of camera work when there's real footage to be shot. This isn't a packed field, so to say. It's great, the car isn't great, but it still accelerates on the curb, so even if you overdo it a bit, it still goes, right? And the M6 will just starve completely, so this is a great improvement. 52.4, what do the others do? 52.8, 53.5. So I'm easily pulling away. Well, not easy, but steadily. Just dancing with the rear there, just about on the verge of grip loss. And when you get it right, that's really rewarding. And you as a driver can impact how much that is happening, and that's the great bit. Sorry guys if I can't answer all the questions, this is extremely challenging. And one mistake easily costs a second or more, so I really have to be on top of things here. Just patience. The rain's still getting more. Lap time's still dropping. Yeah, fuel is enough indeed. Okay, pressures, well, I don't know really. Seems about alright. I did the same lap time, twice in a row. Come on, man. Oh, did they collide? I gained a lot of ground. Oh yeah, the grip is getting ever more difficult now. Tire pressures are slowly dropping. Collision model, I'm not sure, actually. Not that I know. I don't know, the Lexus was faster initially. Don't know what happened, maybe he took a wrong gamble with the pressures or so. general thoughts on the car, it's a lot of fun to drive. That's the general thought. I'm still pulling half a second, so that's fine. This isn't easy. Maybe it looks like it, I don't know, but there's a lot of weight that wants to be juggled around in the right place. Yeah, it's definitely faster than the M6, yes. I mean, what would be the point to build a slower car? That would be engineers fired. Okay. Yeah, Lexus definitely missed downforce, but it had extreme punch coming onto the straight. From this perspective. So, how far can we go here? Oh, my wrist. But it seems like this is as wet as it gets. Yeah, don't overdrive. Immediately lost 3/10 or 2. Have to respect the limits. There's no need to try anything. I know where it is. Just have to stick to this. But it's so, what is great about the wet is you still feel like you're actively driving the car. In the previous patch, I have to say, it felt like you were very much tied to, I don't know, it's in a weird way, you couldn't do anything with the car. You were locked in driving around the traction control. And I think this is different now. You just have impact on what the car does in the rain.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Oopsie. Still need to learn how wide it is. Well, I don't know, maybe you screwed the pit stop or something? Where's Tortellini? You watching, mate? You would enjoy this. You have these quick hand movements on the Porsche as well. You'd benefit here. From skill. I guess maybe he's just testing the off tracks in the wet, because they said they changed it. Maybe he's doing it on purpose. Normally in the wet you don't want to be where you gain drive-throughs, because it's slippery there anyway.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
How long? Oh, damn it. 7 laps still. TC4 is not really helping. So I guess maybe TC levels aren't linear again. Let's test a few. 5. Oh, overdid it.
Which hiding front.
I'm looking forward to the beer. It seems, right? The question is if it's faster or slower. So let me try a full lap. Tortellini, stop torturing yourself. Join the cool kids. Drive BMW. Well, the spin was Mr. Git, so I'm inclined to say it's not the car. Rain is decreasing, by the way, so rain times or times down to the TC might be hard to judge already. I think plenty of BMW drivers, it's a really good experience to drive this. It's really, really fun. I feel a good connection with this car. I'm looking forward to 2022. But now the work only begins, right? So now we have to find out everything about this car and how to extract even more time. Find the strengths, weaknesses, how to work around them. Lap time is faster, by the way, despite shitty last corner. Like the streamers might just have two good PCs to notice. But is Dan Suzuki streaming? He definitely saw quite some gains on his triple setup. Easily 20 FPS or so for him, I think, from 50 to 70 or something. What's also, guys, I need to tell you this. Guys, I'm starting like this. Sorry, but what you will also notice is this, it's not really the FPS alone, it's that the game just runs a lot smoother. You know, when you play iRacing, the game is just buttery smooth no matter the FPS really. And this was always the thing with ACC. I felt that even though you had 100 something FPS, it was still kind of micro stuttery at times. And I just noticed, because I didn't notice before, that it's super smooth. So right now I have 116 FPS, 17. And that is with DLSS, like my previous settings that I used before the patch, just with DLSS on pretty much. On the quality setting, there's an ultra quality setting still, if you still need to have it look better. But this is perfectly fine if you ask me. By the way, it's not DLSS what I'm running. I'm running FSR. Because Gago has said in the tests everybody was thinking FSR looked better than DLSS. So that's what I went with. Can you feel some GT3 competitive car in this M4? Yes. For now, I mean, if this counts as a test, there isn't really too many people here, right? It will be quite different driving, because in the M6 we could defend and pass because of the straight line speed. This thing doesn't have that, so our driving will be a lot different. You pretty much need pull and run away, I think. Because passing through the field is going to be super difficult with this car. So 112 FPS here. Probably need to test the server with full grid, but feels really good. And only because I'm really not thinking about it at all, this made me notice. Is it deep?
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
The fight with the Lexus was great, because it gave me a glimpse of how you have to fight with this car. And it's entirely different than what we did with the M6. With the M6 we always lost time on corner exits, and we needed a mistake of the car in front. And then our top speed would just sort it out kinda into turn 1. Now we need to be exactly at the tail of the other car and kind of stay in the draft, and we still won't be alongside, at least with the faster straight line cars. And then we'll have to put them under so much pressure in the middle sector where we seem to have the downforce that we force them offline. And this forcing offline will be the crucial bit. And that is a lot of risk to try to get alongside people in downforce corners or in cornery sections. Well, that was the wrong white line as a reference. Competitive, always hard to say, right? We have to wait right now. Doesn't look slow, it's fun to drive. It turns, it brakes. Good things for a race car. But it's probably depends track by track. I guess we're good on rather twisty tracks now. So I could imagine the car being good something like on tracks where the Bentley is good. And suffer a bit on Monza, for example. Oops, bit of a harsh swing. Going into the last lap. It's just in the rain, the brake bias is very normal to have that far back. Yep, that's slippery. Remember, I'm on a full dry set. Maybe the BMW just can use full dry sets in the wet, but still. This is max camber, aggressive downforce. Still 50 liters in the car. So I could probably by now be 30 kilos lighter, correctly fueled. should equal something like 3/10. I have to say, but the car keeps a very, very equal balance in different scenarios here. It's good in the balance is almost the same in the dry as it is in the wet. Just a bit more oversteer, of course, here now.
Excellent job, mate. B1 auto race. Well done. Well managed. Bring it back now.
Ow, my hands. So guys, I hope what you were seeing is something you enjoyed seeing. Again, the reminder, because there are a lot of new people. Subscribe maybe, if you want to. Check out some videos. But more importantly, check out the YouTube member section, where I have a huge amount of coachings and track guides, something like 60, 70 videos or something like that. It costs $5 a month, is a massive support. Everybody on Twitch, maybe consider doing that instead of the sub, but I enjoy your sub as well. Anyway, so do what you please. Give me your Amazon Prime sub or whatever, it's free. And then get your rigs clean for tomorrow. You're gonna have some long grinds ahead of you. Ah, just 36 seconds. That was fun. I think we're being shut down rather quickly from Kuna, so I hope this was the preview you were looking for. I hope I answered as many questions as I could. Join the Discord. We'll certainly discuss all these things tomorrow after the keynote by Kunos, and then once the game is out, let's, I don't know, let's enjoy this new era in ACC, which is short, but I think you can call it like this. The game changes massively. I enjoyed it a lot, and I think you will too. Oh my god. Let's have some replay from the early fight here. Just run that in the background. And I get the beer. Be right back. And I get the dog, maybe. Say hi. Not in the mood for camera. Yeah, cheers guys. She's called Signa because originally she would be called Raposinha by the shelter because she looks like little fox, and Raposinha just means, well, little fox in Portuguese. And that's her name. Both really. Happy about the update and about the BMW. I wouldn't really distinguish those. Oh, here we're side by side. Is that the one? Is that the one? Oh yeah, that was the one. We need to rewatch this entire lap. So probably after this corner, I'll launch the attack. Or? No. Still too far away here, but you can see the difference in downforce, where I really gain. Hey. Oh no, so tired. Is that the correct camera to use? Blood, I don't really know where it performs well yet. I guess if it's a good concept of a car, it's going to perform well everywhere. I see a bit of struggles in high-speed tracks like Monza and Spa, I think. But yeah, that's yet to be seen. Okay, it was really just a T1 battle, apparently. Let's speed this up a bit. Oh yeah, that's why I had. Ooh, that's a dive. And he played ball. I mean, have to give it to him. Initially I wanted to do the over-under, but yeah, he was slowing down so much that I thought, okay, then let's take the outside. Exactly, all depends on Bob. He's ahead, but my braking is so strong in this car. I can keep the inside line despite very late braking, and then now, yeah, he had a car width, and that wasn't enough. Ah, awesome. Let's have this another time. Tobi, ja klar, neues Update ist super. Looks good, Tobi, yeah. Always alcohol free, guys, always. I think we had a nice scrap here too, didn't we? Yeah, I can recommend the M4. Totally. Okay, what was it? The lap before then, maybe? No, too far behind. Where did we touch then? Here? Probably. No. When did we touch? It's weird. Ah. Good he caught it. Good he caught it. I mean... yeah, the sound isn't that aggressive, but once you're high in the RPMs, I think it's really good. Beginner's car. I think it's not hard to drive at normal pace, but it is hard to drive quick, I think. The car looks great. Nothing else I can say, it just looks great. And we can, it's nice, there isn't much aero loss in this car, so you can drive really close in the fast sections. Alright guys, I'll probably have to call it a day here. So thank you everyone for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this update tomorrow. Get your hands on it as soon as you can. It drives really great. Like, if you want to know, I have a great feeling about the tires now. Like, just how much I feel really in control, how I load it up, how much I use of it, when I'm not using it, when I use the rear more, when I use the front more. And this is all very well perceivable and just feels a bit more refined than it was before. I think that's the attempt of a description. I'll try a little better on Discord maybe tomorrow once it has all sunk in. So yeah, make sure to join Discord. And see you very soon, guys. The update's coming tomorrow, so that shall be it. Thank you, everyone. Hit like, subscribe, whatever. Do what you want. Bye. Where is the ending? There is the ending.
Green light. Give it all you got.